So in this video, I'm going to go through my 5 main tips for revising GCSE Maths, and hopefully these tips will help you achieve a grade that you are proud of. Okay, tip number 1 is just lots and lots of exam practice. Doing past papers and past exam questions is just objectively the best way of revising maths. And this applies at GCSE, lower down, and also at higher up. Unlike other GCSE subjects, you don't really need to know definitions or be able to explain key concepts. And from personal experience, doing past papers and past exam questions is definitely the best way to revise this subject. And then my second point is that I would recommend doing these past papers with a friend or in a group. And this is because working in a group, you can help each other out and explain something to someone once they've made a mistake or when they don't understand something. And this is beneficial to everybody in the group. The person that's made a mistake or doesn't understand a topic or a question, they benefit from being in the group because they can then get it explained to them from someone else. The person who explains it also benefits. This is because it takes a real complete sense of understanding to explain a question or topic to someone who truly doesn't understand it. And they'll ask you questions and you can answer those questions. And it really tests and solidifies your understanding as well. So that's why I recommend working in a group. Okay, now my third tip is make use of videos. So for example, websites and YouTube channels such as Maths Genie and Corbett Maths, they have really good videos explaining topics, explaining concepts, and also going through past papers. And this is because usually it's much easier to understand a process or method when it's being explained to you, rather than just reading out a mark scheme or a textbook. So for example, if you made a mistake on a past paper and you read the mark scheme, it's not as easy to understand why you made a mistake or what you did wrong than if someone actually explains the process. And you're more likely to get it correct the next way if someone's explained why you got it wrong or what you should have done instead. And Maths Genie itself is an amazing website which has every single topic stratified into different grades, and it has videos for each topic, videos for past papers where they explain solutions. And if you want to know more, check out this video here. My fourth tip is to focus on your weaknesses, and this is pretty self-explanatory. What I've found from doing maths myself and also tutoring people at GCSE Maths level is once you understand a topic or a concept, you really don't need to do that much extra practice on it. Because once you allow understanding, it usually sticks in your brain pretty well. Therefore, most of the time you spend revising maths should be about going over topics that you're weaker on or not as good at. This way you can optimise your revision and get the maximum output per unit time. Also, I'm considering doing a live session for GCSE Maths where I go through a couple of topics, do a couple of exam questions, and just help you guys out if you have any questions. So if that's something that appeals to you, something you find helpful, please leave a comment down below saying that, and also what topics you'd like me to go through if it were to happen. And then tip number 5 is something that my friend recommended to me that I didn't do personally, but they said it really helped them out. And that was printing off the specification and colour coding it. And they said this was helpful because it made the whole process of revising GCSE Maths a lot less overwhelming. Because what they do is they print it out so they see everything they need to know, they colour code it, see what they're strongest at, what they're weakest at, and they put it near their desk, maybe stick it on their wall. And then when it got round to revising maths, they wouldn't be overwhelmed by which topic to do because there were so many. They could quickly look at the specification, look at whatever topics they coloured in red at the given time, and revise those. So maybe give that a go. So there it is, those are my 5 kind of main tips, my main piece of advice for revising GCSE Maths. And that is do lots of exam practice, do it with friends so you can explain things to each other. Make use of videos because I feel like videos explain things better than a mark scheme. Focus mainly on your weaknesses, the topics you're not that good at. And if you want to, print out the specification to make the whole process a lot less overwhelming. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.